Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of tech fails that will leave you questioning the sanity of some brilliant minds. From epic glitches to innovations that make you wonder if anyone thought this through. Get ready for a roller coaster of laughter and disbelief. Number 1. Selfie Brush. The Selfie Brush. Yes, you heard that right. A hairbrush with a built-in selfie camera. Because why not document your hair straightening routine with a high-res shot of your forehead? Genius, right? Well, let's be real. This is like bringing a cowbell to a classical music concert. Sure, it might get some attention, but not the kind you're hoping for. Plus the angles. Oh, the angles you'd have to contort yourself into to capture a decent shot. Unsurprisingly, the Selfie Brush didn't quite take the world by storm. In fact, it was more of a head-scratcher for most people. It's a prime example of how a simple everyday object should probably just stick to doing what it does best, brushing hair, not taking selfies. Number 2. Apple Newton. Brace yourselves for a throwback fail that'll make you appreciate the advancement in technology we have today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Apple Newton. Back in the early 1990s, Apple attempted to revolutionize the way we take notes and stay organized with the Apple Newton, the world's first personal digital assistant, or PDA. It was supposed to be a glimpse into the future, a digital notepad that could understand your handwriting and convert it into text. Pretty impressive, right? Well, let's just say Newton had some quirks. While it could indeed recognize handwriting, it often turned innocent notes into hilarious gibberish. While the Apple Newton PDA was ahead of its time and paved the way for future PDAs, it's a classic example of how even the brightest tech minds can sometimes miss the mark. Number 3. Google's Social Circle. The world of social media, where every platform vies for our attention and thumbs up. But sometimes even the giants can stumble, and that's exactly what happened with Google's ill-fated attempt at joining the social media party. Back in 2011, Google decided it was a high time to jump into the social media fray, armed with the not-so-memorable name Google Social Circle. They aimed to create a social platform that seamlessly integrated with our Google contacts and brought our online social lives into one neat package. Sounds like a plan, right? Well, Social Circle's launch wasn't exactly a soaring success. It was met with a collective, huh? It was like showing up to a party wearing a theme no one else got the memo on. Number 4. Microsoft Zune. Now the battle of the MP3 players. It was a time when we didn't stream music, but instead carried our favorite tunes in our pockets. In one corner you had the mighty iPod from Apple, and in the other, well, there was the Microsoft Zune. Let's take a trip down memory lane and explore the rise and fall of the Zune. Back in the mid-2000s, Microsoft wanted a slice of the portable music player pie, and thus the Zune was born. The Zune aimed to dethrone the iPod as the go-to device for music lovers, but as they say, it's not always easy to unseat the king. Apple had already established a strong brand presence, and the Zune had to play catch-up. It's like arriving at a party when everyone's already best friends. Number 5. iTunes Ping. Alright, now prepare to travel back in time to an era when Apple decided to bring a social twist to our music experience with none other than iTunes Ping. Get ready to groove to the story of Apple's attempt at music-driven social networking. Back in 2010, Apple, the tech giant we all know and love, entered iTunes Ping, a feature that allowed users to follow their favorite artists, share music recommendations, and see what their friends were jamming to. Sounds pretty cool, right? While the concept was promising, Ping's execution, not so much. It lacked the seamless integration that Apple users had come to expect. It was like trying to dance to your friend's song while wearing shoes that were a size too big. Number 6. Apple iOS 8 Maps debacle. Alright, brace yourselves for a tech fail that even Apple fanboys couldn't defend. We're diving into the infamous iOS 8 Maps debacle. So, picture this. It's 2012 and Apple launches iOS 8 with its much-hyped Apple Maps. People were excited, thinking it would lead them to tech enlightenment. Oh, how wrong they were. How about planning a road trip only to find yourself driving straight into a building according to Apps Navigation? It was like Apple took the shortcut concept a tad too far. The Apple Maps app had a mind of its own. It directed people to drive off non-existent bridges, stroll across airport runways, and my personal favorite, visit a city park that was apparently an entire farm. Now that's what I call an urban farming revolution. Number 7. Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, let's dive deeper into one of the most explosive tech failures in recent memory, the infamous Samsung Galaxy Note 7 disaster. Yes, the one that went kaboom! When Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Note 7, it was met with excitement and anticipation. With its sleek design, cutting-edge features, and the promise of a truly innovative smartphone experience, it seemed like a winner. But little did Samsung know they were about to face a meltdown of their own. The trouble began when reports started surfacing of Galaxy Note 7 devices catching fire or even exploding. The cause? Faulty lithium-ion batteries that were prone to overheating. Imagine going about your day, texting a friend, and suddenly feeling your phone getting hotter and hotter until it's practically a handheld oven. Number 8. Hasbro's Easy Bake Oven. A place for culinary creations and delicious delights. But what happens when you mix childhood curiosity with technology? A recipe for disaster. Imagine a mini oven designed for kids, where they could bake tiny treats and feel like master chefs. Sounds like a recipe for fun, right? Well, Hasbro had the brilliant idea to update their classic Easy Bake Oven with a snazzy new look. Seems harmless, doesn't it? Well, let's just say things got a little half-baked. Speaking of safety hazards, you probably won't be surprised then to find out that the Easy Bake Oven had to be urgently recalled, after 5 kids managed to get their fingers trapped in the door and burned from the inside of the oven. And not just surface-level burns, deep third-degree burns from not being able to get them out. Number 9. Windows Vista. Now, shifting our focus to another hot topic where Microsoft was about to unleash its next big thing, Windows Vista. But as we all know, not all journeys are smooth rides, and Vista's trip through the digital landscape was anything but. Picture this, it's 2007 and Microsoft releases Windows Vista, promising a dazzling array of new features and a sleek visual overhaul. People were excited to leave behind the familiar Windows XP and embrace a more modern computing experience. But it didn't take long for the cracks, both literal and metaphorical, to start showing. Vista demanded more from computers than its predecessor, leaving many users with sluggish performance on their existing machines. Imagine waiting for your computer to boot up as if it's attempting a marathon in slow motion. Number 10. Google Glass. Lastly, we have the Google Glass, definitely a vision of a future that lost its focus. Picture it, a pair of smart glasses that would seamlessly integrate digital information into your real-world experiences. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, it kind of was, but not in the way you might expect. Google Glass was introduced with a bang, capturing imaginations and fueling dreams of a world where you could check the weather, navigate streets, take photos, and receive messages, all through a small display right in front of your eyes. It was a bold step into uncharted territory, and for a brief moment it felt like the future was finally here. But then reality set in, and so did the myriad of issues. And there you have it, a roundup of the most ridiculously epic tech fails that left us questioning humanity's progress. Remember, even the brightest minds can sometimes stumble and fall hard. Which of these fails had you face-palming the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay curious and keep those gadgets in check.